Grant, 3-1 defeat here against Harrogate. Your thoughts after that one?
Harsh. I felt harsh. Scoreline probably doesn't tell the full picture of the game. With a slow start, first 15-20 minutes, they've obviously got the goal. Again, we're not learning. We're just simply not learning or taking information on board about people keeping people outside us. We let them come in, side foot into the corner. Then we get ourselves back into the game. Good finish from Tommy Rowe. From probably that minute onwards, we controlled the rest of the first half. Really dominant in terms of how we played. Didn't have enough efforts at their goal, but the play was good. Second half, we started quite bright again. We had numerous chances to score. We don't score, and then we just, the second goal again, we let them inside the pitch. Then we lose it, and we get switched to the other side, and we just don't defend across. And the third one's just a carbon copy of possibly the first goal. Again, I know it was further out, but we let Odo inside the pitch. And the players need to understand this. It's been 20. This has happened from pre-season now about the principles and how we work. We keep people outside us. We let them inside. He shoots. It's a good finish from the lad, to be fair, but it shouldn't happen.
To that end, I mean, from 60 minutes on, were you tempted to make a change, or were you happy with the status quo and thought that your side could go on and maybe get something more than a point?
I thought we were really dominant. I can't remember a chance they had right up until the mistake from us that leads them to get the second goal. And from their point of view, they may say it's a good goal, but we should defend better. We were very much, we felt we were the better team, creating opportunities. We had numerous opportunities to score, and we didn't do it.
There's an absolute age after that goal. I mean, you had the best part of half an hour to try and get back into it, but it went the other way.
Yeah, again, we let him inside the pitch. We just let Odo inside the pitch, and it doesn't matter what level you play at. You let people inside the pitch. You say it all the time at the top level. In Premier League, when defenders let them inside the pitch, any level will hurt you. Teams can hurt you because you're just opening the goal up for them, giving them a shot. Unfortunately, it's hurting us at the minute.
Are there a couple of players who could have done better in that instance, maybe in midfield? I didn't quite see.
Yeah, there is, but we'll keep that in house. I'm not out here to criticise my team. Don't you worry about that.
Positives then from your side of things today?
Positives, I thought again we kept the performance in terms of how we played football. The goals didn't go in for us today. We had numerous opportunities, but negatives is those habits that's hurt us this season, and goals we've conceded came out again today, and that's how Harrogate's got our 3 goals today.
The fact that your side haven't gone 3 unbeaten all season, does that go a long way to explaining where you are consistently inconsistent?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just where we are at this moment in time. We seem to be able not to sustain a run, and unfortunately, when you do that, you're in the position we are in the league. So it's really, really disappointing, frustrating. We know exactly why it happens. I've just explained to you why it happens. We let people inside and we give them the opportunity to score.
Part of you today, do you wish kind of a couple of tackles had gone in, maybe that feel of a Yorkshire derby, just to, fairly decent following as well on the road? Just kind of felt like a game that has passed you by.
Do you mean my team wasn't tackling?
Were they?
I don't know, you're asking me, you tell me.
Well, I thought that they maybe didn't have the feel of a derby game in general.
Well, listen, I think
the lack of intensity, perhaps.
I think both teams gave it everything they could. I think that's a very harsh question you've asked me there. You're questioning my players' attitude, and I'd never do that.
Okay.
I would never do that. Their attitude is first class. Unfortunately, they make errors in games that at times that hurts us, and that's what happened today.
Does this give you scope to change things, or are you going to kind of double down on the team selection for next week?
We'll assess the game. We'll stay calm and controlled in it like we always do, and pick a team that we think's best suited to play against Newport.
Gives you an option then with new bodies as well, Carty and McGrath in the building as well.
Yeah, it's like they've only been in a few days, so getting up to speed, so it's absolutely, look, the bodies coming in, players come back from fitness and stuff is going to help us, but again we need to make sure we understand the principles of how we work and how we want to play, because I'm not at the stage now where the players know how I work. I'm not at the stage now of I said to them in there, I said, look, if you can't do it what we're asking you to do, then come and speak to us, and you can, yes, we'll try and help you. We'll try to help you all season, but ultimately it's hurting us as a team, it's hurting the club, it's hurting the fans. So it's we need to have a rethink about it.
And to be fair, you've given pretty much everyone a fair crack of the whip. 31 players used this year. No one could knock on your door and say, "Gaffer, where's my opportunity?" Can you?
No, it's a third. It's probably it might be the only first time this season we've managed to keep the same team on the pitch for 3 games. It's important that as well, but to try and get a bit of consistency in the lineup, and players know then. But for us today, we're just so disappointed. We've lost the game. We have lost the game today ourselves. That's what's really hurt me. Apart from the 2 goals that they scored in the second half, I can't really remember them having any other opportunities. We had opportunities, but we kept hitting over the bar, wide of the post, hitting blocks, things like that. Just not clinical. So unfortunately, when you do what we did out of possession in the 3 goals today, and we don't be clinical at the other end, then that's what happens.
You said after the MK game that you were going to make a decision on some of the loanees and whether they were staying or going. Obviously, Tyler Roberts has gone back. Have the decisions been made on the other few as well?
Yeah, they're all, as you see today, they're here, they're staying. Tom Nixon, Louis Marsh was meant to be back yesterday, but picked another injury up at Sheffield United yesterday. So we're waiting to hear what he's done. It looks like he's done his knee in a training session, so Louis got to have a scan over the weekend. As you see today, that's what we have.
That's good news then, isn't it? That Fowler and Nixon are staying definitely.
Oh yeah, well there's a gap in this window where if West Brom or Hull wanted to call them players back, then they can. But I think the 2 of them are happy. They're playing games. We've been good to them as well as they've been good for us. So it's I'm hoping sense takes over and the 2 of them can continue to play their football here.
If Marsh's injury is a bit worse than feared, would you want a decision or a definitive so you can bring in another loanee?
No, we're looking anyway, whether Louis stayed or not. We're always looking to get better. But I don't know what the prognosis of Louis' injury is until I speak to Sheffield United on Monday.